Finucane. It's a special honor to work the championship game today. It's a challenging time to be an official in high school athletics. The York High School Athletic Department greatly appreciates the men and women that serve as officials in high school athletics. In appreciation of working the championship game today, all 3 officials will receive a gift card at Gibson's Restaurant as a token of appreciation of their service to the Tosh Holiday Classic. Please take some time and enjoy a meal with your families and celebrate the new year. Again, thank you for being part of the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic.
Paul Finucane has been assigning the Jack Tosh officials for over 20 years. He is here in attendance opposite center court this afternoon to watch his son Cody work the championship game. We would like to recognize Paul for his service to the Jack Tosh tournament. Please join me in a round of applause for Paul Finucane.
Fans, we now ask you all please rise and face the flag for the playing of our national anthem.
It's a tale of as old as time, 51 years, 32 teams fighting it out. It all comes down to this 2 heavyweight set. It's the St. Ignatius Wolfpack versus the St. Patrick Shamrocks, 2 private powerhouses ready to go head-to-head with one another here at the 51st Jack Tosh Holiday Classic. We welcome you here from the floor. Luca DeSanto alongside me, Zach Silkaitis. Zach, this is such an interesting matchup looking into it. They were 2 top seeds in their quadrants. They made it all the way through 4 days of blood, sweat, and tears. Zach, what are we going to see here?
This matchup is going to be one of the best matchups in this entire tournament. A lot of people expected this matchup to be the 2 teams in the championship game right out of the gate. Luca, I know you were very high in the Wolfpack. A lot of other people very high on the Shamrocks. RJ McPartland's going to be leading that team in the paint. He is one of the best players in this tournament. He's currently averaging 15.8 points per game and 2 assists per game, as well as Chris Bolte for the Wolfpack, another great player in this tournament.
Chris Bolte averaging 17.8 points per game, who is a consensus tournament pick. Both these kids consensus tournament picks. We will see who comes out victorious, but Chris Bolte, a Yale commit, has really worked on his game over the summer. Saw him really improve, and we saw that mid-range game really come to life in that Glenbard East game. And meanwhile, it was just an absolutely dominant performance down low and inside for RJ McPartland.
Yeah, the defenses are going to have to lock in this game. It's going to be a big part of who is going to win this matchup. We've seen the offenses from both teams. The Wolfpack just absolutely blowing teams out of the water this tournament, scoring multiple 80-point games.
It's been pretty high-scoring affairs overall through this tournament. We will see if that reigns the truth, but both these teams pride themselves on their offense. St. Patrick has really been tightening things up defensively. St. Ignatius really struggled with the foul game in the beginning of this tournament. They have fixed up that game a bit, just still got to be careful of it. Tip-off set here between the two heavyweights, McPartland and Bolte. This place is getting loud. One of the biggest crowds we have seen in a championship game in years.
Yeah, last time there was a matchup like this, it was the 2023 matchup, Metamora versus Bolingbrook.
That game did not disappoint at all. Tip-off is up and underway. It's St. Pat's starting with it. It's Quach. He gives it over to Neely. Ionovich to Quach in the corner. Three ball from Costanzo is off left. Rebounded, though, by McPartland. He puts it back up and in.
McPartland's going to be a big problem for this Wolfpack. They're really going to have to box out and stop him from getting all those boards.
Amir Tucker, the sophomore guard, bringing it up. He's been a real focal point for this Ignatius offense. Tucker gets pressured up top. Swings this one in the corner. Bolte drives. He's fouled there by Quach.
Both of these teams have really aggressive defense, and St. Patrick's playing that 3-2 zone. Very effective.
They give this one in the corner to Bolte. Now to Tucker. Tucker loses control of that one. It's taken away. Here come the Shamrocks. Quach giving this one in the corner. Costanzo gets stopped by Ross. McPartland on the wing. Back out, up top. St. Pat's just moving this one around the horn, trying to get an inside look. Finds it, cutting Ionovich, who goes up strong.
McPartland, what a dot, finding Ionovich right open in the lane.
Tucker to Harris. Back to Tucker. St. Pat's pressing up top. Shitaro back to Tucker. He puts up a three, it falls.
Tucker, one of the best three-point shooters in this tournament. He's always going to hit the big shots when you need him to.
Quach to Costanzo. Three. No good there. Rebounded by Neely, though. He's been a beast on these offensive rebounds for this Pats team. He drives inside by himself. Falls, and it's going to be called a travel on him.
Yeah, lost his footing on that one. Fell right on his back. Good call by the refs.
Harris looking, swings this one to Tucker. He fakes. Gives it to Bolte. Down the corner, Ross. He's been a three-point machine so far in this tournament. Shitaro drives, gets doubled. It's stolen by Ionovich, given on the trailer to Quach. Now back to Ionovich. Costanzo. Down low, McPartland drives over Bolte, got it, plus the foul.
McPartland, unstoppable in the paint. Every time he gets the ball down there, it's a problem. You know, I was talking with him yesterday after the game, doing a post-game interview. We were talking to him, and I asked him, how have you been able to stay so consistent the entire tournament? And he told me it's all in the pregame, what he does before.
Partland converts on the N1. It's 7-3 now with 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Luca, you mentioned Duke Ross. He actually has the most three-pointers made in this tournament between these two teams with 10.
Harris in the corner. Ross, a three. That time it's offline. Bolte tries rebounding that one. It's a foul called on him, and it's going St. Pat's way.
Bolte just a little too aggressive on that play.
His first and second St. Patrick basketball advance.
(7-3), 5 minutes, 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. Neely gets it on the wing, up top. Ionovich. Down low, McPartland picks up his dribble, goes in strong again.
Ionovich and McPartland, great chemistry. They throw it back and forth to each other all the time in the paint.
Tucker up top, over to Harris. foul.
It's going to be a kicked ball on Neely. He's been doing that a lot this tournament, sticking on his foot and stopping the offense.
Tucker to Ross. Back to Tucker. Over to Chitterow. Harris. He had a 26-point game himself. Tucker gets stopped down low. Kicks it. Ross looking. Chitterow. They can't get a shot off. St. Pat's ball.
St. Pat's defense, impossible to penetrate inside the lane. Like I was saying, that 2-3 zone has been working so well for them this entire tournament.
With that, we will step away. Do not go anywhere. You are watching the 51st Jack Tosh Holiday Classic Championship here on York Sports Network. Four minutes, 28 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's a 9-3 game. Neely up top, gives it down low. McPartland picks up his dribble. Stolen away by Bolte, giving up head. Chitterow now to Harris, who goes up strong. It's blocked by RJ McPartland. Take it away. St. Pat's going the other way. Neely goes up with it, and it's blocked by Bolte. Ross on the floor for it. Picks it up, ball still live. St. Ignatius taking it the other way. Harris tries going up for the floater there. He did not want to go inside on McPartland. Ionovich goes inside. Layup, strong.
Nice finish from Ionovich, going left side and finishing down low. That block from McPartland, absolute electricity. The gym went wild, and that backboard was shaken.
Harris to Tucker. Bolte gets it, fades away. No good, airballs that one. It's rebounded by Ionovich. Costanzo taking it the other way. Gets it across half. Neely. McPartland against Bolte. Reverse layup's no good. Ball's in the air. Corralled by Ross, and he's fouled.
Neely not able to keep his arms out. Just a little bit too much contact.
Let's take a look again at that block by McPartland. Zach.
Absolute electricity, like I said before. Oh my goodness. Sending him to the ground.
Saw a mouse in the house, as they say. Tucker doubled up top. Harris back to Tucker. He fakes, kicks. Caldwell down low. Bolte can't get open. Harris in the corner. Ross squares up for three. No good again. Caldwell can't control that one. It's controlled by Ross. He goes up strong, and he's fouled.
Blocking foul there. Not sure who's called on, possibly McPartland.
Just been such an aggressive game. You know, an underrated storyline for this game as well. Head coach of the St. Ignatius Wolfpack, Matt Monroe, formerly on St. Pat's head coach Mike Bailey's staff before he took over the head coaching job at Ignatius. Caldwell online for three.
That three was cold. As we're trying to make a short comeback here. That's going to be his first bucket of the night.
Gutierrez just checked in, gives it to Neely. Screen from Moda. Back to Gutierrez. Solid defense being played here by Ignatius. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. They give it to McPartland up top. Now to Neely. Neely drives, kicks. Gutierrez fakes. Inside. Floater. Anywhere but the rim. Rebounded. McPartland's fouled.
McPartland's second time are already going to the line. He was very good at the line yesterday. You know, this Wolfpack team very scared to go into the lane now after that block by McPartland. And they're going to have to fix their game plan. You know, in the past couple games, they've been really playing inside the lane and finding the openings out on the wing. Now they're going to have to adjust their style of play.
What I would do, I take myself back to their win against Bennett. They upset Bennett, who was at the time number 3 in the state of Illinois. They upset them at their house. And Bennett has a 7'2" kid on their team named Colin Stack, who's committed to North Dakota State. They shot 40% from 3. That is what willed them back into this game, and this is a great three-point shooting team. We've already seen Tucker and Ross nail the 2. Those are their only points. Caldwell, floater is good. Gutierrez to Neely. Screen for McPartland. Drive inside. Back out. Corner. Neely. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. He's going to be called for a travel.
Yeah, moved his back pivot foot on that play. Another good call by the refs.
A minute to go here in the first quarter. Score 13-8. Tucker bringing it up. Kick ball.
Back in the game for St. Patrick, 0, Joe
Subs being made now for the Shamrocks.
And 34, Omar Janovic.
Janovic back in the game as well as Koch.
Tucker to Harris. In the corner, Caldwell, back up top, Tucker. Ross, corner 3. Butter!
Right over the head of Quach. He drained that one.
2-second difference between shot and game clock. Quach trying to get this one across half, gives it to Neely. Costanzo directing traffic. 16 left on the shot clock. Quach. Neely. Holding. Gets a screen from McPartland. Backs out. Neely drives, kicks. Offensive foul.
Not what you want to do in that situation. Wide open in the corner was Costanzo. He found him, but he rammed right into the Wolfpack.
It's rolled to Tucker. Got to get a shot off from half, just left. And that is how this first quarter will end. It's neck and neck, 13-11. St. Pat's with a 2-point lead. Zach, what have we seen?
St. Pat's very dominated in the paint early on. 3-ball, it hasn't been working for them so far. Quite opposite for the Wolfpack. They've been staying away from McPartland in the paint, and they've been trying to shoot the ball. They're starting to get their shot back a little bit now.
We will see what happens on the other side of the break. You are watching the 51st Jack Tosh Holiday Classic Championship here on York Sports Network. Welcome back. Start of the second quarter in this championship game, 13-11. Both these teams, like we said, have willed their ways to be here through 4 days of constant work.
Something I've noticed from both these teams, they usually take a while to get going on offense. We saw not a very high-scoring game to start, but that's definitely going to change towards the end.
Harris to Tucker. Now in the corner, Ross drives, looks, Bolte still has 0. Tucker looking. Gets trapped, swings it to Harris, who drives inside, kicks out. Caldwell, corner three, is good. DJ Caldwell with 6 points now.
That's going to help them take the lead. 14-13 now, St. Ignatius.
Correction, 8 for Caldwell now. Drive inside. Almost lost. Ionovich off of him, out of bounds.
Just out of reach for him. So Portland's going to come back in the game now.
DJ Caldwell has really been firing from 3 early in this game. Just hasn't been closed out on. Tucker gets pressured, looking, gives it back out to Harris. Harris drives, it's stolen, taken away by Costanzo, and he's fouled in transition before he can get an easy lay.
Tucker trying to come up behind him and get the ball back, but just reached in.
And St. Ignatius now with their first lead of the game after that Caldwell 3, 14-13 now in favor of the Wolfpack.
Tucker exiting the game, going to give him a little rest after that foul.
Neely to Costanzo, down low. McPartland picks up his dribble, goes to work, goes strong, can't finish. Chitterow pulls down the rebound, he's taking it for St. Ignatius. Slows things down, swings it. Harris in the corner, drives, steps back. Caldwell. Back to Chitterow. Falls. Bench looking for a travel. Nothing's going to be called. We play on. 14 seconds to go on the shot clock. Harris drives, swings, corner. Caldwell, Chitterow, 3. Too high.
Chitterow, nice shot. Man in his face, though. And it bounced right over the backboard.
Gutierrez to McPartland. Finds Neely off the screen, now to Costanzo. Costanzo still operating. Spins back out. Kicks, Neely, corner 3. Airballs it. Rebounded by Gutierrez. Back out, stolen by Harris, and he's fouled. It's in possession of Ignatius.
Tide of the game really starting to change as the Wolfpack are hitting all their shots now on offense. Let's see if they can extend their lead.
Quach checks back in for the Shamrocks as Gutierrez will check out. Mike Bailey bringing back in his starters. Bolte fighting for this one on the floor. It's him and McPartland. Ross comes up with it. Out of bounds, Wolfpack ball.
Costanzo, great defense, coming out underneath the basket and swatted that one away.
Both teams arguing their cases for something second. Ross thought he got fouled. St. Pat's thought it was off of Ross. See that tie up there again. Caldwell up top, pressured. Gives it to Harris in the corner. Chitterow in the corner. Ross, 3 won't go, rebounded by Ionovich. St. Pat's ball, Costanzo getting it across half. Ionovich. Quach pulls up mid-range from just above the free throw line. It's not going to fall. Bolte tries going in for that rebound. He got hit there by Ionovich. He gets back up. Seems to be okay.
A little bit of a scare there. A lot of the parents yelling at the refs.
St. Ignatius basketball. They lead by 1, 14-13 with 4 minutes, 52 seconds left here in the first half. Pretty low scoring defensive affair so far. See if the tide changes. Caldwell, that one poked out by Costanzo. It's staying with Ignatius.
This game's still very heavy on the defensive side. Still only 14-13. Still 4 minutes left to play, though.
Harris squares up for 3, on line.
Harris, he can pull up from anywhere.
He had a 26-point game on day 3 in the Elite 8. He seems to be firing on all cylinders so far, been facilitating well. Watch up top, Costanzo, deep 3. Not gonna fall, McPartland's there for the putback.
Costanzo trying to answer back. McPartland always there and ready in the lane.
Caldwell back to Harris. Harris drives inside, kicks, Ross fakes. Stuck in the corner, Caldwell to Harris, who's now in the corner. Swings it, Chitterow drives inside, pulls up mid-range, banks it in.
Nice mini from Ham to get his first points of the night.
Back up to a 2-possession lead, 19-15, 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Quach drives inside, fades away, and it's gonna be called offensive foul.
Quach just pushing off with his left arm, trying to get that step back. Can't do that there.
Harris up top, he's doubled, drops it to Chitterow, now Caldwell, pulls up mid-range, yes sir!
Luca, you were talking about it earlier, their mid-range offense is also just as well as their three-point game.
And a timeout called by St. Pat's, they now trail by 6. Momentum starting to swing to St. Ignatius' side.
Yeah, like I was saying before, they got to change up their game plan. Wolfpack really have done a great job at that. Now, not really driving in, but taking those long minis and the three-point shots.
With that, we will step away. 3 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the first half. You are watching the 51st Jack Tosh Holiday Classic Championship here on York Sports Network. We welcome you back. 21-15 your score. St. Ignatius leads by 6 against St. Pat's. Ionovich up top, giving this one to Neely. Kicks. Outside. Shot fake. Costanzo. Ionovich squares up from 3. No good. McPartland tries skying in for that rebound, but it's taken away by Bolte. Now to Harris. Up to Chitterow. He drives inside, has a lane. He's blocked away by McPartland from behind. Ball on the floor. It's out of bounds. Last out and last touch by Ignatius.
Great job by McPartland, hustling down the court after tumbling to the ground, getting all the way back in a clutch block. Still plenty of time left on the clock for St. Patrick to tie things up.
Slowoski taking this one up for St. Pat's. Neely to Ionovich. Back to Slowoski in the corner. Drives, kicks. Costanzo guarded by Harris up top. Moving. McPartland to Neely. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Drive, kick, Costanzo, 3. Yes!
Costanzo, another well-adapted three-point shooter. He is definitely the best from beyond the arc for the Shamrocks.
3-point ball game. Harris to Caldwell. In the corner, Ross. Kicks up top. Harris fakes. Goes inside, kicks back out again. Caldwell moving it to Chitterow. Kicked ball called on Neely.
Yeah, I talked about it earlier. Neely, smart strategy there, always kicking his leg out every time someone tries to pass it by him.
Minute 45 to go. Harris to Caldwell in the corner. Ross stepped out. No, it's a 3-second violation.
Not a call you see very often, but a good job by the refs at seeing that.
Costanzo bringing it up. Neely has it. Bounces it. Costanzo, midi. Airballs that one. Fight for the rebound goes to Ignatius. Here they go the other way. Up ahead, Harris goes inside. Kicks. Inside, back out. Chittero, a three. That one's not going to fall. Ionovich drives inside on Bolte and is going to be called for an offensive foul.
Extending that left arm, sending him to the ground.
See that again. Just elbows him in the gut. Can't do that.
Just under a minute left to play now in this first half.
Caldwell to Harris. That one soars over Silkaitis' head there.
Hit TJ right in the head. Hopefully he's okay.
I hope we have a second look at that. Harris tries dropping that one down low to Bolte, but it's too high.
Still going to be time for a possession for the Wolfpack.
Bolte's going to check out. That is his first time subbing out this entire tournament in any game. Has played all 32 in every single one of these 4 games so far at the Tosh.
Well-deserved break.
Costanzo down low, McPartland. Guarded tightly, reverse layup is good.
Got his way past 2 defenders for that nice up and under.
Shot clock turned off. 20 seconds to go. It's a 1-point lead for Ignatius. Caldwell controls up top. Over to Harris. Caldwell holds back to Harris. Deep three at the horn. Rims out. And that is how the half of this year's Jack Tosh Championship will come to a close. 21-20 the score. Low scoring, but a defensive affair that is keeping this one close.
Definitely. St. Patrick's defense have been so good the entire game. Like I said, the Wolfpack adjusted their offense, though, as they are now currently leading by 1. If the Shamrocks want to come back in this game, they got to change something up on offense. They're not really hitting any of their shots right now.
They are holding Chris Bolte to 0 points so far, averaging 18 through this tournament. It's hard to have 18 in a game where the score is 21-20. But we will see if hopefully they can get him going. Meanwhile, McPartland has been going to work down low. Maybe want to try and find something more on the perimeter. You were talking, that's a focal point of their offense. You know, they went to McPartland a lot yesterday against Perspectives, but they've gone a lot in the perimeter in those first 3 games that they played. So maybe try and get back on top of that if you're St. Pat's. With that, we will step aside. Second half action coming your way after the break. You are watching York Sports Network. We welcome you back. Second half just about underway here in the Dick Campbell Gym for the 51st Jack Tosh Holiday Classic Championship. St. Ignatius up 1 on St. Pat's after the break. It's been a defensive battle so far from both these teams. Only 41 or 41 points combined together. Looking at that head-to-head, those were the two players we highlighted, Chris Bolte and R.J. McPartland. McPartland has 13. Chris Bolte is getting shut out in this game right now, Zach.
I know, absolutely unreal. Like you were saying earlier, he's been averaging 18 points. McPartland, a big reason why he has not scored a lot. He's a real big dominant force in the paint, and when you have McPartland and Anozovic down there in the lane, it's kind of hard to score in the lane.
I mean, this is just such a big St. Pat's team. They play big man basketball. We've been talking about the lack of perimeter shooting for them, which is why we cited that they are losing right now after the break, because that's what St. Ignatius has been done, and the name of the game is that 3 is a greater number than 2 so far. I mean, we've seen good shooting performances so far from Harris, Caldwell, and Ross. Caldwell out. It's the normal 5-in for Ignatius after the break. Same with St. Pat's. St. Pat's to start with possession after the break. Inbounded in the backcourt to Quach. Quach down low, McPartland. Can't find a cutting player. Quach on the wing, guarded by Tucker. Up top, long 3, Ionovich. Not gonna fall, ball tipped by Neely, saved. Grabs another offensive rebound, that's his second of the day. Ionovich trying to save this one. Posting up, kicks it back out up top to Costanzo. And a 3-second violation inside is going to be called on Ionovich.
Just spent a little bit too much time there in the lane trying to get that board the entire time. Wasn't aware of his surroundings.
Harris with this one up top, giving it over to Tucker on the wing. Harris. Ball's tipped by Ionovich. It's in the hands of Ross. Now back up top to Harris. Shitero. Harris in the corner. Tucker, a 3. Not going to fall, that one long. Pulled in by Neely. Quach in the corner. Ionovich back out up top. Costanzo. Quach. Wing 3. Short. Ball tipped around. McPartland thought he had that one. It's taken away by Bolte. Ross over to Tucker. Shitero doubled. Swings it to Ross. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Shitero looking. Kick ball on Neely.
Coach Bailey coming out and grabbing
look
the
at
ball.
that. That's commitment. Coach Bailey, in his 34th year of coaching at St. Pat's, 32nd year of coaching at St. Pat's. One of the most legendary, if not the most legendary coaches in the IHSA, still actively coaching right now. What a performance from him so far through this tournament. He has led his team to so many regional titles over the years.
And he's only the second coach in his program's history.
Ross, 3 at the horn, not gonna fall. Neely comes up with that one again. Been a beast on the boards, both offensively and defensively. Awkward lay is not good, but McPartland is there for the cleanup.
McPartland already up to 15 points.
Tucker to Harris. Harris back out, Tucker, corner, Shitero, drops it inside to Bolte. Bolte picks up his dribble, no basket. And it's gonna send Chris Bolte to the line. No, they're gonna call a foul on the floor, excuse me.
Yeah, McPartland just using a little bit too much of his body on that one, trying to take the force in from Bolte. And it's gonna draw the foul.
DJ Caldwell back in, Shitero taking a rest. Both these teams running pretty tight rotation so far. Tucker, floater, rattles in. Lead goes back to Ignatius, 23-22.
I have a feeling it's going to be like that the rest of the game, going back and forth every single possession.
exchanging buckets, but not on every possession, Zach. It's still very low scoring. McPartland getting posted up by Bolte, kicks it out. 3 ball from Costanzo is online.
That's his second 3 of the night. Like I was saying, the best 3-point shooter on this Shamrocks team.
Harris giving this one to Tucker. Tucker guarded up top tightly to Harris. Tucker looking back to Harris in the corner. Ross, 3. Not gonna drop. Ball tipped, and it's going St. Pat's way. Last touch by Tucker. Amir Tucker, son of former NBA player in Wisconsin, Big Ten Player of the Year, Orlando Tucker. What a legacy to carry. Neely up top, wing. Costanzo driving inside, layup won't fall. Rebounded by Ross, St. Ignatius ball. Harris pushes this one up ahead to Caldwell, who drives, kicks, Tucker, corner. Bolte fakes again, kicks out, Tucker, long 3. Yes, sir! St. Ignatius lead again.
Tucker, he can shoot it from anywhere on the court, especially deep. That's one of the best shots he likes to take.
Quach over to Costanzo. Now to Ionovic, who drives inside. And it's going to be a foul called on Ross. Look back again, that Costanzo corner 3 that took the lead for Pats. And then this corner 3, swing out up top to Tucker that gave Ignatius back the lead. Now Ionovic is at the line to take back the lead for St. Pat's. Back and forth basketball, Zach, you called it. Tied up at 26 now.
Ionovic looking to get his 6th point of the night.
Second one falls as well. 27-26. 3 minutes 54 in the third quarter. Foul called on Ignatius.
St. Patrick foul number 34, Omar Ionovic. His third, team second.
Student section getting a little rowdy over here for St. Patrick.
Harris over to Tucker on the wing. Gets a screen up top for Bolte. Now back to Harris. Tucker to Caldwell. Tucker loses control of that one. It's going to be a backcourt violation. Neely goes trying to save that one. They say he stepped out of... No. Last touched by Ignatius. Last touch by St. Pat's. Good call, Zach.
Neely, great aggression on that play. He should have let it go out, though. It would have been called over and back.
Harris getting pressured, swings this one to Ross, now to Caldwell, back up top to Harris. Harris goes inside, kicks, Tucker, another 3. Amir Tucker firing from 3 now, 29-27, Ignatius.
As a foul is called against the Wolfpack on that last play off camera.
It looked like a bit of a tie-up between Ross and, I believe, McPartland. Quach getting this one across the timeline now to Neely on the wing. Neely kicks in the corner. Slowoski back up top. Costanzo. Drive inside by Quach. Kick. Neely. Quach pulls up. Midi won't fall. Rebounded by Caldwell. Ignatius leads by 2. Ross inside. Bolte. Pressured, ball stolen, no foul called. Quach takes it the other way for St. Pat's.
Bolte could just not find his way past McPartland. McPartland doing a great job on defense, keeping his hands straight up every possession.
Neely in the corner, Costanzo up top. Still moving. Slowoski to Quach. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go in this third quarter. Quach on an island, kicks. Slowoski a three. Just right. Rebounded, though, by Quach in the corner. Gives it to Costanzo, who goes inside, kicks back out up top. Slowoski controls. Moves inside, kicks. McPartland going downhill, pulls up. That one won't rattle in as well. It's corralled by Bolte.
Long possession there, unsuccessful for St. Patrick, still trailing by 2.
Minute and a half left in this third quarter. Tucker on the wing, up high. Gives this one to Caldwell, now Bolte. He looks for a cutting Harris, who goes up strong. That layup won't fall, it's rebounded by Neely. Quach gets this one up ahead. Slowoski swings this one in the corner to Costanzo. Slowoski up top, Quach now at the Duke. Costanzo inside, McPartland called for a walk.
Wow, McPartland not liking that call, as well as Coach Bailey. I think it was the right one, though. Let's take a quick look back at this.
See him go inside. Yeah, it looks like he loses his footwork a bit there. Tucker moving with this one up top. It's a kicked ball for the third time on Maurice Neely, staying aggressive.
Neely, great job on the defense. He's been great all game. He's actually almost up there with the same amount of rebounds as McPartland. He's been helping him out this game.
You've seen him just go skying in for some of those when no one's there. Tucker over to Caldwell in the corner. Pressured by Quach. Back to Tucker. Harris drives inside, loses control of that one, and it's going St. Pat's way.
Good job by McPartland setting his feet. He's been taking charges all tournament. Shot clock's going to be turned off for this last possession. 26 seconds remaining.
St. Pat's can hold for it.
Take a look back at this. McPartland setting his feet. Another good call by the refs.
You see Harris, I've seen him this entire tournament drive in. He's not daunted by his defender no matter their size. He's gone in on 3 guys at the same time. I saw him do that constantly in that DGS win that they were able to squeak out. He's not afraid to go strong with it, but you got to be careful. McPartland, a great job there, setting his feet, getting in position, taking the charge like a pro.
McPartland reminding me of like a Zach Edey type player. Very normal type of big guy down there in the paint, always doing stuff to help his team.
Absolutely dominant force, just can't seem to be slowed down. Bolte has been guarding him this entire game. That's that one-on-one matchup that we highlighted in the beginning. Bolte still being held scoreless, though. Drive inside, Quach layup. Not gonna fall, taken away by Ignatius. Tucker saves it, fires at the horn awkwardly. That one long. 29-27 the score, heading into the final quarter of action here at the 51st Jack Tosh Holiday Classic. And what has just been an absolutely spectacular championship game. Not a lot of scoring once again, the story of that quarter. A lot of defense.
Like you said, not a lot of scoring, but there was a lot of back and forth action. Every time one team scored, the other team scored right back.
With that, we will step away. Fourth quarter coming your way soon. You are watching York Sports Network. We welcome you back. Fourth quarter about to start. as St. Ignatius leads St. Pat's out of the break, 29-27. This such a close game. You know, this year kind of flipping the script from that championship game we were talking about 2 years ago between Metamora and Bolingbrook, that one being a very close one. That one was a ridiculous offensive game, 72-71 that score, the highest combination of points in any Jack Tosh championship game.
As well as the most points by a single team with Metamora, scoring 72.
Yeah. That was an absolutely ridiculous one, just a barn burner that came down to the wire. This one, the exact opposite, but it's going to come down to the wire. Big free there for Duke Ross to make it a two-possession game.
Ross, overall, just the best three-point shooter in this entire tournament. He has been so consistent.
Ionovich moving this one up top, swinging this to Neely. Neely back out, Costanzo, Ionovich. Guarded by Ross, he goes inside. Looking, Ionovich. Layup won't fall. McPartland tries tipping that one over to Neely. Can't, and it's St. Ignatius basketball.
Trailing by 5 now. St. Ignatius looking to add on to their score.
Bolte looking, giving this one to Tucker. Tucker to Bolte, he drives inside, pulls up mid-range. Can't get that one to fall. Costanzo to Neely. In the corner, Ionovich. Down low, McPartland guarded by Bolte. He turns around, loses control of that one. It's another turnover. Chris Bolte fired up after that one.
Bolte, great defense. McPartland was looking for the shove, but it hit off his own leg.
Bolte on the wing, guarded by Ionovich. Out to Tucker. Tucker looking. Gives this one to Ross. He has 2 threes in this one. St. Ignatius swinging this one up high. Tucker, a 3. That's his 3rd.
Another one. Absolutely electric. He cannot miss from deep.
St. Ignatius getting things working offensively here, seemingly. And a timeout called by Coach Bailey of St. Pat's. They trail by 8 now.
My thought, Bailey's going to have to work on their defense a little better, guarding that deep ball. I mean, he can't seem to miss, like I've been saying all game. You got to get a guy up in his face so he can't extend their lead even more, trailing by 8 now.
You saw back-to-back turnovers there from McPartland as well, down low. Got to smooth that out. Nice defense being played there by Bolte. He's really had an answer to him in this second half. It was an official one for him in the first, but he's definitely been cooling out in this 3rd and 4th quarter. 6 minutes, 9 seconds to go. You are watching the 51st Jack Tosh Holiday Classic Championship here on York Sports Network. We welcome you back. 6 minutes, 9 seconds to go. St. Pat's trying to find an answer to this run that St. Ignatius has found itself on. Back-to-back big buckets for them. Quach controls this one up top, gives this to Costanzo. Gets a screen from Ionovich, now to McPartland, over to Quach again on the wing. Quach drives inside, strong, drops it down low. McPartland gets this one stolen away. Tucker taking it the other way for Ignatius. Tucker pressured by Neely. Moving around.
Starting to play up and on him more.
He has 3 threes now in this game, all in the second half. Bolte to Tucker again. Back to Bolte. Bolte drives, kicks. Caldwell in the corner, sidestep, 3. Can't fall, and the ball is going St. Pat's way.
It's going to be a foul on Bolte. Shoving it back to Ionovich. Duke Ross, excuse me.
Neely goes inside strong. Loses control of it, gains it back. It's blocked away by Caldwell. Neely gets it back. Corner three, Quach. Not going to fall. And a foul called down low. That one's still called on the floor. Take a look back at that huge block right there from Caldwell. McPartland to Quach. Costanzo goes inside, strong with it. Layup won't fall, it's a bit strong. Costanzo gets the rebound, goes up again, it's not gonna fall. Ross trying to fight away for this one. Wrapped up with Costanzo. And they're gonna call a foul on Ross there, swatting that one away. Looks like he got a little elbow there on Costanzo. Look back at this one. Costanzo can't make it the second time. Ross just trying to pull away, and you can see right there he gets an elbow to the chest of Costanzo. Now Quach to Costanzo in the corner. Ionovich up top. Neely controls, gets a screen for McPartland. Now Ionovich, a long three. Not gonna fall. McPartland can't get that put back to fall.
McPartland having a tough time in this fourth quarter finishing the play.
Harris holds, gives it to Tucker. Kick ball on Neely.
Like I said, McPartland just having a tough time trying to finish the play every time he's getting the boards. Every putback does not go in.
Tucker gets this one in the backcourt. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go. An 8-point lead for Ignatius. Can they secure their first Jack Tosh championship since 2011? Bolte kicks, Tucker fakes, sidestep three. Yes, sir! Amir Tucker, have yourself a day. 17 points for the sophomore.
Amir Tucker, what a fake. Had Quach absolutely out of his shoes, and he drained it.
11-point lead for the Wolfpack. Drop down low. McPartland does not have the answer. Ball given behind to Harris. Taking it up slowly. Bolte goes inside, loses control of this one. Costanzo off the breakaway. Lays it up and in.
Nice finish over Tucker.
Press now being run by St. Pat's in the backcourt. Ross giving this one to Bolte, trying to get it across. They beat the 10 seconds. Caldwell, sidestep, midi, just strong. Bolte comes up with that one, gives it in the corner to Harris for three. That one also not gonna fall, but Ross is there for the third effort and puts it down.
St. Patrick is not able to find the rebound.
11-point lead again for Ignatius. Quach controlling this one up top.
They're going to have to be quick and effective now. Time winding down, just under 3 minutes left to play.
Ionovich looking, back to Quach. Pressure up top from Ignatius. Neely goes inside, kicks, Ionovich drives inside, spins, fades, Ionovich not gonna go, saved by Tucker. Amir Tucker gets this one across the timeline. Bolte has to go saving that one. Harris in the corner, Caldwell, Bolte drives, kicks, Caldwell, three. DJ Caldwell, another one for him. 13 points for the young man.
Three ball after three ball, and now a timeout will be called by the Shamrocks.
What a run that St. Ignatius has found itself on. With less than 2 minutes to go, they are on path here to take home their first Jack Tosh title since 2011.
Even with Chris Bolte having 0 points this game, he is still so effective out on the court, giving that assist over for that big three. Wolfpack really running away with things now. Just under 2 minutes left of play.
Crowd starting to leave This is exactly the type of thing we saw from Ignatius at the end of their day one game. They survived a scare against Highland Park, who at the time was only 2-7 heading into that game of day one of the Tosh. And they just pulled away at the end, just started hitting shots, hitting threes. And like I said, the looks down low just have not been an option for them with McPartland and Ionovich. So they got to do what they did against Bennett to take down that top-ranked team at their own house. They shot 40% from three in that game.
They're going to need Costanza or Neely to step up now.
Inside drive, turnover, going St. Ignatius' way. Amir Tucker getting fired up.
All the momentum in the Wolfpack's hands.
Harris giving this one to Tucker. Tucker to Bolte, now to Caldwell. Back to Bolte, who drives inside, lays it up and in.
Finally finding himself on the scoreboard.
His first points of the day. They've done all this without him. Corner three, Waski, it's online. And a timeout called by St. Pat's. They find themselves trailing by 13 with 1:25 to go. But this is the Jack Tosh. We've seen crazier comebacks. With that, we will step away. You are watching the 51st Annual Jack Tosh Holiday Classic Championship here on York Sports Network. We welcome you back. 1:25 to go. St. Ignatius leads by 13 against St. Pat's. It had really just blown the door open here late in this fourth quarter on just an insane run. St. Pat's was able to answer there with a corner three from Slowoski, but might be a bit too little too late. Ignatius is going to have to burn a timeout there off that inbound. Ross not able to find anyone. Hard press being run here by St. Pat's.
Yeah, that press is necessary if they want to come back in this game down 13. They got to go quick, and they got to get a couple steals off because the foul game is not going to work down this much.
After this game, we will keep it here as we will show you guys and bring you presentations of the all-tournament team for the 51st Jack Tosh. Should be exciting to see. Presentations of the first and second place trophies to these two teams who have, again, fought this one out to the end of what has been a grueling 6 days. We got to enjoy a day of rest this year. That's just how the calendar shook out. I gotta say, I'm loving the energy of these Ignatius fans. They don't have a student section, but they have this parent, I'm gonna assume.
Absolute electricity out there on the dance floor.
I'd like to shake his hand after this game. Bolte's fouled.
St. Patrick trying to get some fouls out of the way early. Still need 4 to send him to the line.
Yeah, 0 fouls from them so far. It's been a pretty clean game overall, I would say. I mean, I've been talking about that defensive aggression, but all credit to this officiating team. They've been letting them play it out. In the words of John Finucane, let the kids play. Let them play. And that's what's happening.
And they're going to get their second foul there. Not a lot of clock burned.
1:18, you can still see they're going for the steal initially. If they can't get that, they're just going to have to foul. Tucker gets this one. Ionovich fouls him. They're up to 3 now.
St. Patrick foul, 34. Omar Ionovich, his fourth, team's
Ionovic's fourth foul. Got to be careful. Moda going to be his backup.
Back in for St. Patrick, number 12, Stephen Quach.
But Quach coming back into the game for Ionovic.
This one's given to Harris. St. Pat's not fouling just yet. They're trapping. Now to Tucker. Caldwell gets this one across before the 10-second violation is called. Caldwell to Harris. Now Tucker. He's fouled by Slowoski.
Next foul will send him to the line.
59.6 seconds to go. Bolte gets this one, and he's fouled, and that's going to send Chris Bolte to the line.
St. Patrick foul, number 12, Stephen Quach.
Still trailing by 13. They're going to start fouling a lot. Not quite too sure if they have a chance of coming back here. More fans continuously leaving the game.
First one won't fall for Bolte. The Yale commit struggling in this one against a CCL opponent.
You know, like you were saying, struggling on offense, but he's been filling in that position very well everywhere else out there on the court, finding his teammates with open looks, as well as playing great defense on McPartland, only holding him to 15.
Quach, three, blocked by Tucker. Take it away, Ross going the other way. He's not fouled just yet. Harris is found inside, swings it out. Tucker holds. He's going to try and take time off the clock. Costanzo trying to get a hand on the ball. Ross gives this one back off to Harris.
Still going to have to shoot one more shot. Shot clock expiring now at 7 seconds.
Tucker drives, kicks, Ross three. Not gonna fall, rebounded by Bolte. And Harris controls this one, that's gonna do it. The St. Ignatius Wolfpack winning their first Jack Tosh championship for the first time since 2011. What a game we just saw here, friends. It was defensive grit that won them this one through the first three quarters, pulling away with the late fourth quarter run. Amir Tucker, the sophomore, finishing with 17. DJ Caldwell also adding 13 points. And that is the culmination of 5 days of hard work, grit, and determination for both these teams. St. Pat's really played their way through this tournament well.
Yeah, they should not be disappointed at all. They played a great game, only trailed by one going in the half. Still kept it fairly close the entire time.
We will shortly be shown presentations of the first and second place trophies, as well as those on this Ignatius and Pat's team who made all tournament.
As well as a sideline report from Griffin Hanna. He's going to be interviewing player Amir Tucker for the Wolfpack.
Also Coach Matt Monroe. And again, formerly on Coach Mike Bailey of St. Pat's staff before switching over to Ignatius as the head coach. And this has really been an incredible year for them. They came in as title favorites, and they did not disappoint. They survived a scare day one against Highland Park, a close one against a tough team in DGS, an amazing Elite Eight game from them. And then against Glenbard East yesterday, it was just a shootout between both those teams, and they were able to once again pull ahead late in the fourth. That's the consistent trend with this team. Like I said, they did that day one as well. And here on day 5, they will themselves back into this one. It was just an exchange of buckets early on.
Number of players that are not in attendance, we're going to recognize them first.
Now is our athletic director, Mr. Wagner, is going to be handing out awards at the center of the court.
Presenting players from other teams. Henry Schlinkman not in attendance, but awarded all tournament honors. Arturo Redento of Glenbard North, amazing team. Brady Jones, the young sophomore from Metamora. Tony Belganyehi, the O-lineman committed, defensive tackle committed to U of I, the 3-star. Grant Smith from LT. Here in attendance today, they were knocked out by Perspectives on day one in what was a great game. But his consistency still shined through and stayed true their entire run, their entire 4 days through the Jack Tosh.
From Rolling Meadows, number 13, Marty Lesnar.
Marty Lesnar of Meadows as well. He had himself an efficient tournament, shooting the lights out, Zach.
Lesnar also a dominant force in the paint. He had so many rebounds in his last matchup.
From Glenbard West, number 10, Josh Abushanab.
Josh Abushanab averaged the most points per game through all 4 days of his Jack Tosh run.
And what a game he had against Metamora in that second round matchup going into overtime.
He's set to have an amazing senior year at
Joe
Glenbard West.
Reed.
Joe Reed of Batavia, they really raised some eyebrows, making it all the way to the Elite Eight. And he really shined in that run for them. Coach Jim Nazos, an incredible coach over at Batavia. He is able to bring such great rosters every year.
After their games, after the consolation game, York's Joseph Luby and Oswego's Graham Schwab were recognized after their
Saw earlier Graham Schwab of Oswego and Joseph Luby of York recognized.
And Michael Nee, and Perspectives Jaden Taylor and Morgan Travis. Now from those recognized in the championship game, from St. Patrick, number 15, R.J. McPartland.
R.J. McPartland of St. Pat's, the first name to be called here. Man, he was just a force down low this entire tournament.
You know, until this matchup, still even getting 15 points tonight. He had 28 in yesterday's game, a couple short of the tournament high. Just a great overall tournament from him.
Omar Ionovich also earning his all-tournament honors.
And 0, Joe Costanzo.
Joe Costanzo as well. He had a couple really good games, getting well up past double figures.
Yeah, having 9 3-pointers made coming into this game.
And for the Wolfpack now, first one to be recognized, Nico Harris. Such a good feel for the game, that kid. And he had 26 points in day 3 here in the main gym against Metamora.
Just another one of those key players on that roster.
Duke Ross, such an unsung hero. Clutch down the stretch. Day 1, 2, 3. And yesterday as well, honestly, when you really think about it.
And the MVP of the 51st
And the
annual
MVP, the Yale commit,
number 24,
Chris Bolte.
He earned it, man. What a great performance. Even today, only scoring 3 points. He performed so well in every other aspect of the game.
I mean, just an incredible performance from him overall. Able to find his way down low in the paint. Struggled this game, but still, just an incredible overall performance from him. He's set for great things at Yale.
As they're going to take a picture now at the middle of the court. What a great tournament from all these players. So many stars here. I'm excited to see what they do after high school.
To the St. Patrick Shamrocks.
As now the Shamrocks are going to be presented with the second place finish in the Jack Tosh Holiday Classic.
You know, this St. Pat's team, I didn't have them going that far in my bracket. I did not even have them winning their quadrant. I had Riverside Brookfield winning their quadrant. But, man, the determination of that team overall, they showed off some grit.
Yeah, coming into this game, 13-0, absolutely ridiculous. Now handed their first loss by St. Ignatius, another one of the best teams in the state.
I mean, you just think about what these teams are not going to meet later in the season. They're in the same conference.
And finally, the presentation.
But the relations between these two teams as well. The contentious matchup going into this. 2 private powerhouses going head-to-head, and it ends with the St. Ignatius Wolfpack taking home their first championship since 2011. See them celebrating here, well deserved.
Annual Jack Tosh Holiday Classic. And we'll see
That's a wrap on this year's Jack Tosh. We'll stick around as
sideline reporter Griffin Hanna is going to get an interview with the player and the coach. What a great tournament this has been, Luca, the Jack Tosh 51st annual, or 50th, depending on if you include the COVID year.
You know, I said that earlier before the tournament started. This is the 50th championship. This is the 50th year of play we've seen. As 2020, we didn't have a tournament. COVID, December. It was still very much shutting down our ways of life.
Yeah, the Jack Tosh got redshirted that year.
It did, in fact, get redshirted. So 50 years, we call it 51. Why not add the other year? And, you know, I'm just going back, thinking through all the championship games I've watched in my time here. First in the 48th Jack Tosh, it was Rolling Meadows versus LT. That was that Cam Christie team that just plowed through that team in the championship game. And the year after, we saw maybe the greatest game ever played here in the main gym between Metamora and Bolingbrook, where Cooper Koch hit the craziest three you will ever see to win his team their championship. The first team from downstate Illinois.
Tons of great players always in this tournament every single year. Like I was saying, I'm excited to see what some of these guys do in college.
Yeah, and then last year's tournament, we saw a star born. The year before that, we saw the star born, but we saw the star truly come to fruition in Davion Thompson winning his Bolingbrook Raiders a championship. We hope to see them back next year at the Jack Tosh. Just an incredible team every year. And this year, it was the Wolfpack recapturing the title. And we will step aside momentarily. We'll wait for Griffin Hanna. Zach.
I just want to thank everybody out here that helped with the tournament today. Luca DeSanto alongside me. I'm Zach Silkaitis. Well, thank you to Brody Micah, Mateo, Ryan Brownster, Johnny Scales, John Finucane, Jack Borchers, Henry Borchers, Griffin Hanna, and TJ Silkaitis.
What an incredible crew. Thank you to all who helped over the tournament. You know, that's just not the entire roster we have. I mean,
just the one with us today.
Yeah, just the one with us today. 35 kids in total. We wish Chambers well. His labrum surgery has sidelined him this entire month. But, you know, he's recovering. We hope to see him back here, second semester back in class. And, you know, I'd also like to give my well wishes to my mother. She's in the hospital right now battling a bad flu, bad stomach issues right now. And I wish her well. I know she's watching right now, so hope all is well there. And we will continue waiting for this interview.
We're going to take a step aside, though.
Short break.
I've been Zach Silkaitis. Alongside me has been Luca DeSanto. Thank you all.
We'll be
right back.
We'll be back. We have just gotten word. Griffin Hanna has found Coach Matt Monroe. He's getting Duke Ross, Amir Tucker, Chris Bolte in the middle of yet another interview. The media pool here at Jack Tosh is relentless. I'll tell you that ourselves included.
Yeah, you know, OT Flicks, Sealyman Media.
We got a
Media.
Yeah, we got a squad coming over. Josiah Hall with the championship trophy right now.
Finucane Films heading over as well.
DJ and
we'll send
Amir
it over
Tucker.
now.
How's it feel to know that you guys are Jack Tosh champions?
I mean, we made history, and I feel like it shows our work, and I mean, we work hard, so we proved it, and we earned this.
Since the beginning of the break, we've been wanting to win this thing. We've been planning, and we really wanted this, so we're great with our accomplishment.
Yeah, no, it feels great. Coming off 2 losses back-to-back to number 1 and number 2, we really set out to win this, and it takes a village. We pulled everything together, and we're able to pull it off.
Coach Monroe, you got to be so proud. How's it feel to know your boys got it done?
It's a testament to who they are as a team, but also more importantly, who they are as people. They're just an absolute joy to coach every single day. They push themselves, they push each other, they're locked in, they're open to growth, and they play for each other. And so, you know, we talked a lot about opportunities and how we want to earn opportunities. These guys earned this opportunity to play in this game, and they earned the victory just for everything they've done, you know, in the offseason, during the season, and just who they are.
Chris, obviously you came home with the MVP. How does that feel?
It feels great, but this is really an award for the whole team. We really pulled together all day. I know I only had 3 points there, but this guy had 17, 13, however many, really just distributing.
Other way around.
Other way. 17, 13. Whatever we got to do to win, and it's really an award for the whole team.
And finally, we heard your nickname's Little King Tug. After tonight's performance, do you think we can drop the little?
Yeah, I'm Big King Tug.
Big King Tug. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Griffin. Thank you, Chris.
For YSN, I've been Griffin Hanna.
Thank
Sending it
you,
back to Luca
Amir.
and Zach.
Big tuck hanging on the rim. You just missed it. Thank you all so much for tuning into this year's Jack Tosh. It's been just an amazing, amazing year to watch. Amazing basketball played here every year. Special thanks to so many people. Special thanks to the incredible Vince Doran, the incredible Vince Doran, Mr. Rob Wagner, everyone here at York Athletics, everyone here who volunteers in the first place here at the Jack Tosh. Thank you so much for the work you do. It's so appreciated. This has been an amazing 4 years here for me. Zach, this is your third, but, I mean, this has been nothing short of incredible to see year after year.
Yeah, this is going to be our last Jack Tosh ever.
Our last Jack Tosh ever. There you go. Our last Jack Tosh ever. So many people to thank. We would like to thank everyone who has helped here. The amazing Jack Borchers back for his junior year of college and 3 years strong. Thank you to John Finucane.
So much. Let's roll Dukes, all right?
Let's roll Dukes. Consolation champions. Consolation champions. Signing off for the final time, I've been Luca DeSanto alongside me, Silkaitis. Thank you for tuning in to the 51st Jack Tosh Holiday Classic.